Hello class, Lesson 7, Section 8. Open link 1 and notice sample transfer major sheets that we do have here at Mount SAC to help a student who want to transfer from Mount San Antonio College to a four-year college. So let's, for instance, look at animal science major for transfer to Cal Poly Pomona. Open the link. Notice the classes that one who majors in this program has to take here at Mount San Antonio College at their own option in order to be able to get the transferable units required to go to Cal Poly. These classes do not have to be taken at Mount SAC. They are required before one graduates from Cal Poly Pomona. But it makes sense to take as many as possible at Mount San Antonio College to make sure that one is saving time and money, because number one, it costs more to take a class at Cal Poly than at Mount SAC, and number two, we have 16 weeks semester system at Mount San Antonio College, while Cal Poly has a quarter system, 10 weeks. So taking a class for 16 weeks gives you more time than taking a class for 10 weeks at Cal Poly. Okay, now let's look at the next link here. Alternatively, if you want to know more about the majors, the one I showed you before has to or contains majors for colleges within Mount SAC's area. If you're looking for a school away from Mount SAC, like in Northern California, Southern California, let's say San Diego or San Francisco, assist.org, it's an alternative site to look at. So how do you use assist.org? You open the drop down menu and select the school of interest that you want to transfer to. Let's say I want to transfer to California State University, let's say San Marcos, and I want to major in a program such as, before we go to the major, you have to choose the school that you are transferring from, and of course that's our college, Mount San Antonio College. Okay, here we are, and then from there we choose the major. What major are you interested? Let's try biological sciences. And you can see in this window on the right side from Mount San Antonio College, on the left side to CSU San Marcos. So for this major, biological sciences, if one takes biology 8 at Mount San Antonio College, that equates to biology 210. That means after transfer, one doesn't have to take biology 210. One gets a credit. If one takes biology 2 and 4, that's equivalent to 211 at San Marcos. So one takes these classes as many as possible. You do not have to take these classes, mind you, before you transfer, but they are required before you graduate from Cal State San Marcos. So if you do not take them here at Mount SAC, you have to take them over there and make up before you can graduate from that institution. All right. So remember, assist.org is alternative to sample transfer programs that we have listed here for schools within the vicinity of Mount San Antonio College. Now let's look at link number 2 here. In addition to major, now you know where to find the information about specific major classes. Everybody needs general education regardless of the major of choice. So one who is going to Cal State San Marcos, in addition to taking the biological science classes listed in assist.org, one has to come in area A and read instructions. Remember to always read instructions. The English language communication and critical thinking, 9 units minimum. Select one course from each group. So A1 oral communication, 1 class. A3 critical thinking, 1 class. A2 written communication, 1 class. Let's see if we can figure out how to take classes from section B. Scientific inquiry and quantitative reasoning, 9 units minimum. Select one course from each group. So group B1, 1 class. B2, 1 class. B3 has instructions that one of the 2 classes, or either one of the 2 classes from B1 or B2, must have a lab activity or laboratory. Okay, that means one could choose to take Astronomy 5 and 5L to get a lab credit. Notice that classes with a lab are designated by plus sign. And then in life science, one could choose to take Anthropology 1 without a plus sign, without a lab. Or one can choose Anthropology 1 from B2 and 1L to get a lab credit in that area B2, and then in area B1 one could choose Astronomy 5 without a need for 5L. Remember, 2 classes, 1 with a lab or laboratory. B4, you need 1 course from mathematics. So one of these classes a must take before you move on to a 4-year college, and so on and so on. There's area C. Again, you choose 3 classes from C, from D 3 classes, and then from E 1 class. By choosing classes like that, general education gives you approximately 45 units. Now you need 60 units to transfer to a 4-year college. Where do those 60 units come from? So 40 from general education, as we just said, the other 20 to give you 60 minimum. Remember, there's no maximum, but 60 minimum. Those should come from your major. So if you're going to go to Cal Poly Pomona, major in animal science, these are the classes which should give you the balance of 20 units that you need additionally to general education in order to be able to transfer to Cal Poly Pomona. So hopefully that gives you an idea on how to select courses for transfer. Remember, if you need assistance, always speak with a counselor. Do not choose classes under a situation of confusion. Thank you so much for being a great audience.